Thank you for invitation. It's a great pleasure for me that I can be here. I think that it's a great idea to connect this professors network and to organize the scientific event like this. And for me, once again, it's a great pleasure that I can be here and I can share some information from my position with you. Well, the topic of this meeting, topic of this conference is connected to aspects of tax sovereignty and not tax sovereignty, state sovereignty, sorry, and state responsibility in the various fields of financial law and tax law. Yesterday, we heard some speeches about the tax sovereignty, tax harmonization, about the state sovereignty in the field of public finance. I prepared the paper or the presentation connected with the monetary law and a little bit also with the banking law. So the title of presentation is National Bank of Slovakia as a part of the European system of central banks and the Euro system. So at the beginning, shortly about the legal framework. Of course, the legal framework we can find at the European Union level and also at the national level of each state, each member state of the European Union and the Eurozone. The basics are in the treaties. Treaty on European Union established ECB, European Central Bank, as the institution of the EU. Treaty on functioning of the EU says what is European system of central banks, what is the Euro system. It's important also for this auditorium because we are here researchers and scientists from many states. Part of them are the members of Eurozone, like Slovakia, like Slovenia or Croatia since this year, and many other countries like Hungary, Poland are not the member states of the Eurozone. What is the primary objective of the European system of central banks? It's also written in the Treaty of Functioning of the EU. It's to maintain the price stability, which is a very important objective, very important duty, especially in these times, because as everybody knows, the inflation is going higher and higher. Now it's stabilized at the moment for the I hope definitely, but no one knows if it's the end of the growth or it's just the part time when we stop the growth of inflation. Okay, so what does it mean in general? The European system of central banks consists of the ECB and national central banks of all EU members. It means also the member states with a special status, like Denmark, or the countries with the granted exception, like Bulgaria, Czech, Hungary, Poland, Romania, and Sweden. And the Euro system is the system of central banks and ECB only in the states which are members of the Eurozone. These two systems, the European system of central banks and the Euro system, will exist in parallel, maybe for all future, or maybe forever, or maybe this parallel functioning of these two systems will end when all EU member states become the members of the Eurozone. Yesterday I had some discussions with many of you about the position of Hungary or the position of Poland or Czech Republic to Euro and to Eurozone. If I'm right, that then Hungary is maybe a little bit in a changing position, that is no more forbidden to speak about the Hungary as the member state of the Eurozone, and maybe the development will go that way that maybe you will join the EU. As I know, the Czech Republic is not so open to join the Eurozone and still wants to stay as an independent monetary state and with independent monetary policy. This is the basic legal framework in Slovakia. National Bank of Slovakia is now, from 2001, when we adopted the big novel of our constitution. Now the status of National Bank of Slovakia is the independent central bank with the banking council And the main objective of all activities of the National Bank of Slovakia is the same as the main objective of European system of central banks, and it's to maintain price stability. Here you can see the list of the main activities or powers of National Bank of Slovakia. At the moment, so according to actual legal framework, according to actual legislation, National Bank of Slovakia only participates in the common monetary policy determined by the European Central Bank for the euro area. It's the first difference, because the national banks of this state, when didn't join the eurozone, are still responsible for monetary policy of each state, but our national bank only participates in the common monetary policy. I will be speaking about it later. Of course, National Bank still issues euro banknotes and coins according to EU regulation, support functioning of payment systems. And the last point, which I will be speaking also later, are other activities, including financial market supervision. So the places where we can speak about the state sovereignty and some shared powers, some shared competencies of the EU and the state, or ECB and National Bank of State, like National Bank of Slovakia, are common monetary policy, and also 10 years ago, when it was created banking union, is also supervision of credit institutions. Well, the basics of the common monetary policy we can also find in the basic documents, the primary law of the European Union. This is Article 3, Treaty of Functioning of the EU, which says that EU shall have exclusive competence in the monetary policy for a member state whose currency is the euro. It's very important thing, and I will say that it's not so easy. It's not so easy to say what does it mean that the EU have exclusive competence in the area of monetary policy, because the interpretation of what does it mean, exclusive competence in monetary policy, could be different from the point of view of the European Commission or European Central Bank, and from the point of view of the member states of national authorities, the government, the parliament, national bank, and other institutions or other bodies. Well, in Slovakia now, at the field of or in the area of monetary policy, National Bank has only limited powers since January 1st, 2009, when Slovak Republic and also the other states joined the Eurozone, and the euro became the official currency in Slovak Republic. So it means that National Bank of Slovakia participates in common monetary policy, of course issues euro banknotes and coins, manages cash circulation, and also imposes have power to impose the sanctions also in the area of monetary policy. Well, in the field of the banking union, as everyone knows, in 2013 was established a single supervisory mechanism as the first pillar of the banking union. And this single supervisory mechanism means that the European central banks and the national supervisory authorities cooperate in the field of supervision of credit institutions and supervision of bank or banking supervision. This basic regulation from 2013 divides banks to two categories: significant banks and the less significant banks. The criteria are in this regulation, and the basic criteria are size, economic importance, and cross-border activities. And the last criterion, which is applied also in Slovakia, that three most important banks in each state are significant banks. And in Slovakia, these are Všeobecná úverová banka, Tatra banka, and Slovenská sporiteľňa, What is important to say that all of these three banks are owned by the other banks. So the mother is from Italy, from Germany, and from Austria. So these three most important banks are not owned by the Slovak capital, but by the Western capital. In this first pillar of the banking union, the single supervisory mechanism, actually the members are, of course, each state of Eurozone, plus Bulgaria, which established the close cooperation with this European banking supervision in 2020, if I'm right. When we speak about the sovereignty in this area, the sovereignty is shared between the ECB and the National Bank of Slovakia. So some powers in the field of banking supervision has European Central Bank. For example, it is supervision of significant banks, of course in cooperation with the National Bank of Slovakia. What does it mean? By doing this supervision of significant banks, there are joint supervision teams. These joint supervision teams consist of the employees of the European Central Bank and also from the employees of the National Bank of Slovakia. And they work together on these matters connected with the banking supervisions. Of course, the very important power of the ECB is to make decisions on granting and withdrawal of banking license. But there are also many other competencies in the field of banking supervision. For example, National Bank of Slovakia is still responsible for the supervision of less important banks, but there is a right of the ECB to say that also less significant bank will be under the supervision of the ECB. So this is the question of the state sovereignty and state responsibility. Who is responsible for a secure banking system? Who is responsible for the good conditions of bank? Significant bank, okay, always ECB. That less significant bank, and sometimes we know that also, for example, insolvency of less significant bank could be very bad experience for not for only for banking system but also for the economy of the state. And in the organization like EU, where is all connected, it can bring some problems also in the field of economy or state economy. So now a little bit about state sovereignty in the field of monetary policy. Slovakia, as I said, is a member of the Eurozone since 2009. What does it mean? We can say that we lost our sovereignty in monetary policy, but there is a question. Which I say in one thing which happened this summer in Slovakia. Cash payments. Cash payments is the topic. Now is the question, not only in the EU, also in Slovakia, also in the other countries. And the cash payments or right to pay in cash is also very important and interesting political questions, which during the elections. Some parts of the people in each states want to hear that we can pay in cash because we are afraid of cashless paying, we are afraid of digital euro, we are afraid that someone is looking on us, what I pay with my card, where I pay with my card, how often I use my card for buying some things. So this topic was important also in Slovakia. We had elections in September, as you know, parliament elections. And a few months before elections, some political bodies, political parties are presenting their ideas. And in Slovakia, our national parliament in June 2023, so 4 months ago, adopted a novel of constitution which says that cash payments are a human right. Because our constitution has its structure, as each constitution. The first structure, okay, state sovereignty, state symbols, basic legal regulation. Second chapter, human rights and freedoms. And third, fourth, five, parliament, president, government, national bank, and the other authorities. And our parliament in June this year adopted the novel of constitution, which is effective, is valid right now, where the parliament says that cash payments is a human right. So it's in the part where are social and economic rights. There is the right to salary, right to health care, and in these rights, from June, there is also a human right to pay in cash. And it's in constitution, so it's not so easy to change it now at the moment. And now the question is, if Slovakian parliament has right at the base to put this to one sentence in the constitution. Because if it's the matter of the monetary policy, we said that the monetary policy is exclusive competence of the EU, also in Slovakia, because we are a member of the Eurozone. If we say that cash payments are the human rights is not exclusive competence of the EU, and in the field of the human rights, the member states also has their own sovereignties. Of course, there is a European Court of Human Rights. There is the Charter of the European Charter of Human Rights and the other documents. But it's different view if we said that the cash payments are human right, and if you said that cash payments are monetary policy. I don't have answer right now because it's very new thing, and the actuality of this topic raised also from the activities of the EU. Maybe you have information, maybe no, that also in the summer this year, European Commission made a proposal for a regulation on the legal tender of euro banknotes and coins. So what does it mean? The thing which we adopted in our constitution in June this year, also European Commission want to regulate by the regulation on the legal tender of euro banknotes and coins. And when I was reading these documents from the European Union, what is there written is quite the same what is written in our constitution. So there is written that everybody can pay his or her debts in the cash, and every entrepreneur, every person is have to accept these cash payments. Of course, there are some exemptions based on some general exemptions and some specific exemptions, but there is. And now there are some discussions at the EU level between the EU Commission, between the member states, of course, European Central Bank, the national central banks, and European Commission and the EU bodies at all don't like this our regulation and say that why did you adopt it and why and what does it mean and why it's in your constitution? It's monetary policy. We said it's not monetary policy. It's the question of human rights. So we will see how it will develop this process and what will be the result. But in the basic, the target is the same, to regulate. Okay, to regulate the cash payments. So what I wanted to say, okay, monetary policy, exclusive competence of the EU, also for the Slovak Republic as a member state of the Eurozone, but not in an absolute way, because there are still some, and I think that not only Slovakia is thinking this way. I think that these topics could be adopted also in the other countries. If I'm right, that also Austria has some article, I don't know if in constitution or in ordinary law, but I think that Austria has the same regulation that the cash payments are okay for the future and still will be here. Okay, and what about the state sovereignty in the area of the banking supervision? limited sovereignty of our national bank and or shared sovereignty between our national bank and European Central Bank is here for 10 years. As I can mention, there was no problems in this field for 10 years of cooperation between ECB and NBS. And I haven't identified any collision moments in this area, so I think that it works and it will work. And at the end, what about what people say? What about satisfaction of citizens? If you ask people in Slovakia, that the answer is that more than 90% of them are satisfied with the membership in the Eurozone. Take care, not with the membership in the EU. Because the satisfaction with the membership in the EU is maybe 50% in Slovakia right now. But the satisfaction with the membership in the Eurozone, with the Euro banknotes, Euro coins, and with the situation that people, entrepreneurs, companies, and state institutions use Euro is more than 90%. This is some research from 2022, so 1 year ago. It's quite actual. I was looking for some research on satisfaction with the banking union. I didn't found. So I'm sorry now, I cannot tell you how people and companies in Slovakia are happy with the banking union. But maybe it's because of that general interest on banking union is little or less important than general interest on Euro and membership in the Eurozone. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for time.